our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yo guys, this is Dalton, and this is my second devlog. In today's devlog, I am making a new multiplayer map for Bloodland Mobile. So I recorded every moment that I worked on the map, and now we have a time lapse. I took some feedback from playtesters and friends that have tried out the game, and since we've been playing the same map for a while, I knew it was time to create an additional area to play in. To get some contrast from the first map, I was going to go with a snowy theme. What I'm doing right away is setting up a new material for the cliffs you see around the edge of the old map. So I'm setting up, a lighter color of stone, and then instead of having the stones covered in moss, I'm going to have them covered in some snow. The next thing I did, kind of off camera, was plan out the layout for the map. I was looking at games like League of Legends, Halo, Overwatch. They all have themes, they have lanes and they have points of interest. So then I sketched up my design and I just went after it. On top of the winter theme, I thought it would be really cool to have the idea of floating islands. So I started creating the landscape. I wanted to get the scale right. After I had the river in place, I set up the two raised areas in each corner of the map. And I did this because the last map was painfully flat. With how I've set up my combat, the map needs to be mostly flat because players don't have to aim the spells up and down. They just travel parallel to the ground. Then I'm setting up the surrounding cliffs around the edges of the map. And while I'm doing that, you can see me creating some additional floating islands that go in the background. And this kind of adds to the look and feel of the map, right? If you can see some additional islands there in the back of the fog with some trees on top. The difficult part about this map was really the edges, where the edge of the landscape needs to meet the cliff, because you can't just have the landscape all of a sudden stop. It kind of needs to blend into the rock below the surface. But it also needs to be flat, like we talked about earlier, so blending the edge of the landscape into the rocks while keeping it flat as possible proved to be kind of a challenge. While I was doing all of this, I noticed that there were some new free assets in the UE4 marketplace. One of them I had already had my eye on for a few months, and so I immediately grabbed this pack of medieval village assets and got really excited about implementing them into this new map. So you can see me building up some POIs based on these buildings, kind of organizing them around some streets. And hopefully these points of interest will provide some cool combat. As I finick around with the rest of the building and prop placement, I'd like to ask you guys about progression systems. So my game is going to be on both a mobile and PC market, so I am really deciding what my pricing strategy should be and how it should tie into the progression system. I want my game to be free to play, but am considering both a premium version or having DLC packs. What do you like to see in free games? Let me know in the comments below. Then you can see me designing the lanes here in this stone material. Finally, I took one of my grass assets and designed a more snowy or icy mesh to go over it, so it fits in with the theme, so we can get some additional foliage, because the only other foliage that really exists are the trees. I tried to stick grass in all the expected areas. It clearly took me quite a while. So this new arena could change, but I'm glad I could take the time to show you my process in designing a multiplayer map. I'll put up some shots of what I've got after these last couple days of design. I hope you enjoyed this time lapse. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you're interested to see where this project goes, hop into my Discord channel that I have in the description. Next episode, hopefully we'll get to see a playtest maybe on this new map. We'll have to see. Until next time, peace.